This video will make sense for you if you want to secure permanent residency in a rapidly growing country at the crossroads between Europe and Asia with 100% remote processing without stepping foot in Armenia, or in case you want to visit with just 90 minutes of your time. There's a way you can get your permanent residency in Armenia completely remotely in just 30 days, and even it leads to citizenship after just 3 years. Well, let's dive into how you can do it and the incredible benefits of it. Why am I talking about Armenian permanent residency? Because we had a client that asked me, Mikel, how could I get a plan B, a residency that even leads to citizenship without even visiting the country? Because I get it, establishing residency, a plan B, it's a way to secure your mobility, or you can go to that country in case something happens. And that's why Armenia caught my attention, because it was a plan B residency, could be done remotely, and then if you create a bit more ties to the country, you could get citizenship in 3 years. So at First Class Citizen, we interviewed over a dozen law firms and we selected one that we're working with right now. They secured residency for more than 180 people in the last couple of years. And it's becoming more and more popular, especially for people living in regions close to Armenia, because it offers better political stability than other countries in the same area. So why haven't more people jumped into this? I foresee, as more people discover about Armenia, the process getting more strict, more difficult, lengthier, more expensive, like it happened with other countries before. Just look at Greece, Turkey, check Panama, check Paraguay. There's multiple examples in history. As they got popular, they got more difficult. Be careful. If you tell your friends that you can get the residency, even if you visit Armenia in just 90 minutes and then possible citizenship in just 3 years, you run the risk, the serious risk, that they will pack the bags and join you. So you've been warned. So let's talk about why Armenia might be the perfect residency for you. First of all, the biggest differentiator compared to other residency processes is that Armenia allows legally to do this process completely remotely. And this has been validated by our lawyers, by IMI Daily. And in case you are interested in visiting the country or becoming a resident of, you can just do so in 90 minutes. One morning, everything will be done. You can then go, live, do your business other places in the world. And number two, after just 3 years, you have path to citizenship. After you get the Armenian passport, you unlock visa-free travel to over 60 countries, including Russia and China. And number three, you can get the Visa Infinite. You can get Amex Gold and Amex Platinum right away at the time of opening. Here are the 4 banks that I recommend when you go to Armenia. Ameria Bank, it's known as one of the best banks, if not the best bank in the country. It has investments in Georgia, in BlackRock, and the downside or the upside, could be the feature as well, feature of the bank, is that it's only for residents. So you'll have to wait until you have your residency of the Republic of Armenia before applying for it. ID Bank, that's available for non-residents. Evoca Bank, best digital Armenian bank, also for non-residents. And Agba Bank as well. For non-residents, they can open the account. However, if you can wait a little bit more and get your residency first, the conditions they will give in all of these banks are much better. Also, to add a 4th reason, low taxes and fantastic business opportunities. You can enjoy a 5% dividend tax rate for residents and real estate opportunities that are booming in this country, double-digit ROIs. Here's a real story from one of our clients. He's a global citizen born in the US. He wanted a fast and reliable way to get residency and then citizenship, but he didn't want to have to travel to that country. Through our Armenian permanent residency service, he applied remotely, shipped the required documents, and 30 days later, his residency was approved. No later than 60 days, he had his Armenian PR card with him. Now he is on track to gain Armenian citizenship in 3 years. Another group of clients decided to do the process in person and even opened a non-CRS bank account immediately during their first visit as non-residents. Also, still today, many countries require physical presence both during the application and then after, once you have the ID, to keep the residency, to not lose that status in the country. Armenia, on the other hand, does not require that. With Armenia's new approach, you can skip the travel. Everything can be done remotely or with just one short visit. You can avoid the paperwork hassle and you can fast-track your citizenship because in just 3 years you can apply for naturalization with no minimum required stay. However, there's a catch that I will reveal with you at the end of this video, because all truth must be said before you make an informed decision. So how do you qualify for Armenian permanent residency? The process is simpler than you think. 1. Fill out a form, takes less than 5 minutes. 2. You choose your investment route, which is either a $6,000 donation to the country or a $3,000 donation plus $7,000 deposit that you'll get back after 1 year. Number 3, submit your documents. We'll tell you exactly which ones and how they need to be done and handled so they are valid. The rest, we handle it for you. Within 30 days, you'll have your Armenian permanent residency approved. And a few weeks later, your ID card will have arrived. Have it in your hands. No need to travel, no hidden fees, and the clock starts ticking for this 3-year path to citizenship. The biggest perk for me is that you get to secure a spot in a strategic place in the map, which is Armenia. Check where is it in the world map. I really love the location, fast-growing economy, and privacy with your banking. Even if they joined the CRS in the future, still Armenia, for not being in the CRS for all this time, it's still going to be low on the radar compared to countries who've been in the CRS for decades. However, while it lasts, imagine securing residence in a place that your finances are away from prying eyes of other governments. Because let's be honest, the other non-CRS countries are not places that you want to keep your money. Check the list of non-CRS countries. You're gonna see places, one, you've never heard of. You'll be like, is that a country? And number 2 would be like, do I really would keep 6 or 7 figures in that place? Armenia, on the other hand, it's much safer. Who is Armenian permanent residency for? I would say for 2 types of people: global entrepreneurs and business owners who want a plan B, or as I said, DEF, plan F residency in a country that's just flying under the radar. And number 2, individuals that want to add a new citizenship without having to go through crazy hurdles to get it. Pretty fast track, it's only 3 years and no minimum required stay. However, in a second I'll tell you what's the catch or the possible catch when you want the PR to turn into citizenship, when you want to secure the Armenian passport. At this point, if you're ready to secure your Armenian permanent residency in just 30 days, click the Apply Now button and we're gonna handle everything for you. You just tell us what donation route you want. If you want to do it in person, just 90 minutes, or completely remotely, in just 30 days, you will be approved. If the background check that we do before starting, everything is check, green light. Other perks that our Armenian resident clients got: driving licenses. You can get it in a short trip after you are a resident. You arrive at customs, you're gonna show your permanent residency, they're gonna let you into the country. The appointments will already be set, both for theory of driving and the practice, some legal fees, and boom, just like that, in a few days, you add another driving license to your portfolio. Now, what's the catch when getting Armenian citizenship? Not 100% of the applicants get approved. As you can expect, getting approved for citizenship has much higher rejection rate than permanent residency. To get this one, after we do the background checks with our team and our partners that are in Armenia, we know pretty much certainly that you are going to get permanent residency. It's very rare that they deny one of the cases we present. However, citizenship, it's a different world. You can get approved right away. They can check your profile and say everything looks fine. It will depend as well what was your previous passport. So here I have a couple points that I want to share with you. First one is that Armenia is getting more strict in terms of time that you need to spend in the country to be approved for naturalization and then citizenship. And another point is that our partners mentioned that they create some ties to the country, the cases that get approved. not just spending time there every year during these 3 years, but also they bought some land, some property. Does not have to be super expensive. It can be just a rural plot of land, or can be a cheap apartment, just for showing that you have desire to stay in the country. Then after you get citizenship, you do whatever you want with that property. But having the bank accounts, having the driving licenses, all of this helps create this stronger profile when they check your naturalization application. However, there's a good thing about this process, is that you can apply once a year. Also, our partner lawyers mentioned that there was a case of a gentleman that after the first 3 years got denied. However, he took a trip to Armenia, wanted to secure that citizenship, and said, look, I'm going to create stronger ties to the country. This 4th year, he spent months living there in Armenia. He spent time there, and then he applied again for citizenship 1 year later, same lawyers, application, now with a bit stronger profile, boom, he got approved. So that's something you can do. And he got denied, he could have next year and next year continue applying and creating stronger ties to the country until the government approves it. So it's something that you have multiple chances, unlimited multiple chances to get approved. So nothing to lose there. You can try once a year until you get it. So as a recap, this isn't just about residency. It's about securing a solid plan B. It's the residency plus the secret banking, the privacy laws they have there. It's the driving licenses, it's the future citizenship, it's the strategic location of Armenia that made it interesting enough for me and many other clients to make the move. Now, I know you will have plenty of questions. Usually the ones we get is, when is the renewal of the PR? What about the military service if I get the citizenship? Because careful, depending on your age, you might have to go to the military if you get the passport, but there's a way as well to waive it. What about the war with Azerbaijan? That's another frequently asked question. Also, what's the relationship between Armenia and Turkey? Because they are not friends. What happened in the previous century? So, can I get the Armenian passport and the Turkish passport? Can I have them at the same time? Do I have to choose first one and then the other? What if I already have Turkish? Can I get Armenian? All of these questions. Also, Armenia, it's safe. Like, we have a compilation of Q&A here in front of me. So I got you. We're gonna make a new video resolving all of these questions. What I would say is, put in the comments down below what are the 1, 2, 3, 5 questions, whatever you have about Armenia, so we can make sure that we can read them with our team. Just gonna summarize them, and then I'm gonna shoot a long video Q&A, just going one by one by one by one. So you are fully informed, and then you can make the decision, black or white. Do I move forward? Hell yes, or no, this is not for me. I'm gonna focus on another country. So if you're ready to take control of your future with an easy, fast, even remotely secure permanent residency in Armenia, click the apply button below to get started. If you found it useful, share this video with another person who is into this world of sovereignty and freedom, who likes to have options and likes speed, like something fast, like something convenient, like this residency program. And up next, facts about Armenia as a country and Yerevan, the capital. You can watch it right here. I'll see you there. Watch this video right now.